This precious beauty lies deep beyond the eye, and it goes rushing through your soul like the storms through the wall. Oh, baby, and he's down me walked up all the way. Every God would touch this cold hand. As he slowly walked by, the weeping willow would cry with joy. That's your favorite part? Growing up in New Orleans, from time to time my father would pack us up in his little car and take us for a ride out in the country to visit our relatives who lived out there who never would come to the city, because everything they wanted was out there in the country, except an occasional visit from us. So he'd pack us up, we'd head on out to the country, and as we began to get out of town, the further and further out we would get, the further and further the houses were apart. They were no longer right next to each other. In fact, every now and then we'd see a house. After a while, it looked like they were like a shotgun apart. Maybe that was the point, I'm not sure. And they were all the same color. There were these old gray houses with those old big gray weatherboards. And they were all old. I never saw a new one. In fact, I don't think they were ever new. I think they were built old. And they had this long porch that would extend all the way across the front. It was a short porch, 2 steps in your own porch. But we loved that. And my father thought we had to go out to visit those folks to see where we came from, to know where we were going. My brother and sister, we didn't care about the philosophy, but we liked to ride. Anyway, we'd see things as we rode along the river road that we didn't see in the city. We'd see things like horses, cows, pigs, chickens strutting around with all their parts intact. Not a bucket of wings or nothing like that. And finally, we'd pull up in front of the acreage where we were going. And it was one of those old gray houses with a short porch. And I was the youngest. I'd jump out of the car and run. I had to run 2 acres to the house. We were sitting back and they would be waiting for us on the porch. And they were real characters, and some of those women were buried in down, you know. And they talked that real funny Creole talk out there, that real funny talk. And they'd see you coming and you stand on the porch, and oh, I just see you, and the women grab you and pull you in that bosom and be trying to breathe. And they be loving you to death, you know. And they smell that talcum powder constantly. But we loved it. And as we'd visit, we'd spend the weekend out there, so we got a chance to see things from more than one time of the day or night. such a hard accent you couldn't understand what they were talking about anyway. If the eyebrows went up, you knew it was serious, you know. But as I'd sit there and hear these people talking, Angie and me sitting in the swing with Toussaint and Uncle Moe and Uncle Albert sitting over there, lighting up, legally lighting up, you know what I'm saying? I got the feeling of being on that porch that everything important in the whole world was there. I felt all the warmth and love that I would ever need. There seemed to be someone on that porch who could do something about anything that could happen in my life. It was a warm, loving feeling and very, very safe. As I sit there, night would be given to take its place. As the sun would go down, and as night would take over, it was very beautiful. Because out there was no electricity, no gas, no running water. So at nightfall, dark was very, very dark. And quiet was very quiet. By no electricity, there wasn't that big hum that we have in American cities that runs all the refrigerators and everything. And in America, it's between B flat and B natural. It's strange. Drives musicians crazy. We don't know why we be acting foolish. That's what it is. England got that DC current. They got another note over there. But in the country, there was no big hum. And by there being no electricity, there were no street lights. So the moonlight actually shows off. And as I would look up into the trees, that were facing the moonlight. And as the breeze would blow, those little silver lights would trickle on and on. It was absolutely beautiful. The wind would come and those lights would just really carry on. And it just seemed like it just blew right through you. Right through your soul. And off in the distance we could hear a harmonica coming. Me and my brother and sister and a few others were glad to hear that, but some of the older people, they say, here come that fool. Because he'd only play when he was drunk. But he'd be coming and we'd hear it getting louder and louder. It was absolutely wonderful. Then he would come and get right in Uncle Andrew's face, and Uncle Andrew would have that banjo out from under the bed. Harmonica would blow right in his face, and he'd be picking on the banjo, and it'd be happening. And it's, man, hush up. And they would greet each other and join the party. And there was the old matriarch of all, the old lady who was sitting in a rocking chair next to the door. Rock real slow, with her eyes just about closed. She'd never say it. She knew more than everyone else. dollars and she said less. That's usually the case anyway. And she rocked very slowly. And for some reason, when it gets dark, they begin to tell these gory stories. Like Angeline would say, I heard old John riding that mule on the other side of the levee. And I hollered to him, is that you over there? I know that's you, beating on that mule. You better cut that out. And he was cussing like a sailor. And Uncle Murray said, woman, that man been dead 10 years. I don't know what you're talking about. She said, you can say that if you want, but he says he's going to visit you next week. And I didn't know grown folk lied yet, you know. That was very real to me. It was all right with me. Nothing could happen to me on this porch. Mysteries like this and many others in the dream. They all blow in the night, in the southern sky, in the southern sky. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm so glad to be back here. I love this place. Thank you, John Feigenbaum, a good buddy who hangs out with me every time. Thank you. Thank you, Ann and Joe. Welcome to the second half of the show. I ain't no lazy man. I ain't no lazy man. Oh, but I